Hello, everybody. We're just gonna hang out for a minute. And then Amber will be back. She was here a second ago. She'll be back. I there's a chance that I hit go live a little too early. We were still figuring stuff out. But how are we this fine evening? Welcome to Sunday Night Sprints. For those of you who were here yesterday for our day sprints, welcome back. Nice to see you again. How was your day? How are we doing?
Okay, there we go.
Okay. And now I'm muted, and now we should be good. Take these bad boys out. Let's see who's here. Hello, Mama Maggie. How are you? I'm tired, but I hope I can at least get a little bit of work done. Hopefully you can. Hello. Hi, Bree. Look at you being here all on time and stuff. Hi. I love the dance parties. Gotta get loose.
I didn't get to do it.
Jennifer, I know. I'm sorry. We can do it again. You want to do it again?
No.
Okay. Hi, Clara. Hi, cool gamer. I'm good. Yay, everybody's here. Just watched the Nick Cage version of The Wicker Man with my sister.
I didn't know there was a Nick Cage version of The Wicker Man. Maybe I'm just not into Nick Cage.
I mean, I'm not into Nick Cage, but I did know that. I actually didn't realize that there was a non-Nick Cage version.
There is? I didn't know there was a Wicker Man.
Oh, there is.
Hi. Hello.
I just started A Deadly Education today, and I'm already over halfway through it, so I'll be reading that tonight. Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad you're enjoying that. I had a day of just 4 hours of driving, so I don't know if I'm going to write or if I'm going to read tonight. We're going to see.
I'm definitely reading.
I'm thinking I might read. Hello. Yay. The corn I bought yesterday, my husband shucked. I cleaned, blanched, decobbed. All the corn content. It's been a hectic few weeks, but I'm ready to sit down and get a ton of reading in. I'm so glad. Are you reading anything super exciting? Hopefully you are reading something you're very excited about. I know, right? I had a meeting at church and now I'm done. Sis has a second meeting and we rode together. So I'm just chilling. I'm glad you have some time for yourself. Missed yesterday's all-day streams due to sleeping. Seems like your body needed that, so I'm glad.
In fairness, it wasn't all day on our channel. It was part of the day on our channel and part of the day on Jess's channel.
Yeah, we didn't do as long as we
normally
have done in the past because we had errands to do and a couple other things. But did I buy more crystal? Maybe. It was a lovely day for me. Nice long Zoom chat with my friend, and then went out and vibed. It was fall weather, temperature-wise. Very rainy, which I suppose is also kind of fallish here specifically. But I went to go see my family where I used to live, knowing that the high here today was 65 and it was 82 there. And I was woefully unprepared with my clothing options. I'd only seen the original Wicker Man from the 70s with Christopher Lee in it, plus the memes from Nicolas Cage version. I feel like anything,
I've probably seen the memes.
Anything Nicolas Cage is a meme, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. Probably gonna read until she's done, hopefully get home and finish the last bit of organizing the big project that I've been doing this week. Totally forgot about the other meaning of porn.
I don't think you even meant it that way.
I don't think you did either.
Not are you?
Me? I didn't mean it that way.
It's corn.
I didn't mean it that way. Perfect timing. Welcome. Have the dishes to wash and laundry to do. And I was procrastinating on both. Well, we got you covered. We're going to do 2 45-minute sprints. Should I do laundry? It's going to get done tomorrow. But we are going to get some things done. Are we ready to be super crazy productive?
Yes.
You're going to...
I'm going to read Foxglove by Adeline Grace. I finished Belladonna, which is totally upside down. I finished Belladonna today, and so now I'm moving on to Foxglove.
I have not. Was I ahead of her before I had to leave? No, I wasn't actually. You
I ended up
last night.
reading in bed for a while last
Yeah.
night, and then I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I got up this morning like 2 hours before you did, and I sat here and read. And then I just finished it after you left. I went and sat on the couch and finished it.
I don't even think I've gotten to like where you were this morning.
It goes fast at the end. It moves
Yeah.
very quickly.
So I had a little bit of like a I'm not gonna say trying day. It was just kind of exhausting. So I'm gonna just probably read during these sprints, finish this bad boy up. Because I would like to discuss it with Amber and then also probably move on to the next one since I did buy that pretty, the pretty version of that one.
She has this version.
Yeah.
From Barnes and Noble.
Correct.
What pink foxglove instead of red.
Mm. Well, let's see. Hello, welcome back.
This one. Pink instead of red.
For me, it was around 25 Celsius and sunny. On the last row of my diamond painting. Very nice. Reading the Hookup Handbook. Get it? 46% in. Hoping to finish it. Hello. Welcome. Be careful with corn cobs. It's a Stephen King movie. Cop gets stabbed in the back of the corn cob. It was that happened kind of a moment.
You know what? Clown in the cornfield. No one gets stabbed with corn. I'm a little disappointed
no one
now.
gets murdered with corn.
Nobody gets murdered with corn.
Here's the thing. Like they have like launcher, if you go to like fall festivals up in this area, they have like the trebuchets where you like fling, pumpkins and gourds and whatnot. And they have these little like, I'm not gonna call it a gun, but they have like little corn cob and like corn shooters. You could probably kill somebody with them. I'm telling you right now, if you catch a trebuchet pumpkin to the noggin, you're going down. You can't withstand like a trebuchet pumpkin to the nog.
I mean, you don't even think you have to make that caveat. You can't. It's hard to survive a pumpkin to the noggin.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like like if I was to just bring a pumpkin down on your head, it's gonna hurt. You're probably gonna live through it. But like at speed, no, it's not gonna go well. Any other violent fall activities? Listen, I'm pretty sure in Twister it picked up the corn stalks and shot them and the fence posts into the farm, but like a flying whole stalk of corn.
I remember a cow.
The cow for sure. But also, if you rip up a whole stalk of corn and it flies fast enough, maybe. Who knows? Are we? Goodness gracious! Tiny dog. We're gonna get into the first sprint. 22 out of 221. I don't know what that was in reference to. Do you? 10% through reading a book. Gotcha. You're on page. Got it. Now I'm with it.
You're on page 22.
Cool.
Out of 221.
Nice.
I'm on page 1 out of like. I don't want to accidentally.
I was typing that into a calculator.
4 something.
I was like, I don't know what that's referencing, but congrats.
She's like 22 divided by 221. And we're like, got it.
Sure. I'm on page 240 of a lot more than that. So
I was at 260,
I think, when I left.
65 this morning. Yeah.
So that's okay. Hello. We're just about to start this first sprint. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Great. It was rhetorical.
All right. Good luck, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hello, friends. How are we doing? What'd we do? How are we?
How'd we do?
What'd we do? I read more words.
It's easy now to keep track of how many words I read. This I started.
You started.
So I read the prologue and 25 pages. I don't know if that is part of a prologue.
I was
honestly
at 39, and now I'm at.
Yes, it is.
I was at 239. Now I'm at 294. However, that maths. I read pages. So
yeah, I read about 25 pages total.
I don't know how many this has because there's foxglove on the back, right?
No.
Yeah, there's like
No.
foxgloves. No.
It's a deleted scene.
Well, regardless, it's not the actual book.
No.
So 403. So I'm about 107 pages. Nope, that's not how you math. 109.
I'm not even trying to do that math. I was just going with what you said.
Yep.
I have a lot more than that to go.
No.
It's 400 and some odd. So I have quite a bit to go.
Bree got some reading done. Wrote 500 words and did some research for a story.
Nice.
Speak. Got 301 words of brainstorming. I don't know if I am making any headway. That's okay. You made 301 words worth of headway. 330-ish. Yay!
Yay!
Done. But now stuck waiting for my sister. Just to go to the store. My problem is finding the main conflict, and now I'm questioning what is the villain's motivation.
Girl, speaking my tune. I struggle so much. Like, is there enough conflict? But why are they the villain? What do they want? I get it.
Accidentally mixed two colors. Yep.
Ooh, I hate it when that happens. I've done it so many times.
Yeah. Up to 63%.
Now. I meant to say nice. Hello.
Let's see. Only 1K into this short story, and already the outline is out the window.
How it goes sometimes.
I'm loving it so far.
Nice.
So good. I think I read about 35 pages of Nod.
Okay, cool. Never heard of it, but cool.
I don't want to do what I did last year, which was pants the whole thing. I worked my way backwards.
As a pantser, I get it. I struggle with the same thing. I'm like, this time I don't want to do that. This time I don't want to pants too much and then have to rewrite and have to do this. But when I try not to, it doesn't work. Like, it's the only way I can get through it is to do what comes natural to how I write. So even if it takes longer in the editing process, it also takes shorter in the actual drafting process. So it evens itself out. So
there it is. Some people have, strengths in editing. Some people have, I mean, it's just, it's what you're comfortable doing.
You edit longer, but you also didn't spend as much time outlining and or drafting. So
it'll even out. And no matter how much plotting you do and outlining you do, I feel like it always needs work anyway. Yeah. It's not, you don't finish and it's perfect anyway. So
never.
Do you? If I were not close to the end, I would have finished. Your villain, possible motivation. They want to physically eat the main. They want to physically eat the main character's heart, and then use them as a puppet, and torment their friends and family with the shell of their loved one. Forced to do it.
Terrifying. I love it.
Did some editing on my wine research paper, and then found a journal article that I added some very important details.
I think it's also it's also good to note for pantsers that we don't know how plotters work, but having gotten to spend time with Julie and seeing how she works. Even as like starting out, she's not so much anymore, but starting out, she was a super plotter, plotted every single detail, and still rewrote from scratch A Curse in Ash 3 to 4 times from scratch, and then years of editing from there. So even they don't always get it right the first time, even though they spent all that time plotting. So like sometimes you just have to take the time to find the story, and that's okay.
Now, I will say that first draft went perfectly to outline. So did I outline it well? Yes. Was it the correct story? No. But I stuck to that outline, which was the problem.
Yeah.
Um,
It's good for writers to talk to people who have similar processes to them and who have complete opposite processes to them.
Yeah.
Just so that you know that no matter what kind of process you have, you just got to do it and figure out what works for you. It there's no wrong way.
no. I think that you watching my process has been like helpful and then probably anxiety inducing in different ways. You're like, I don't want to have to edit that long. I'm like, fair. I didn't really have fun doing it either.
But I know that I
valid.
do. But then also I have we met a friend through another friend named Katie, and she's a pantser. And then talking to her about her like anxieties and how she does her writing and stuff, and it was so similar to mine that I was like, oh my god, well, how do you figure out how to do this? How you figure? And it was good to have somebody with a similar writing process to you. So
Yeah. Because ours are very different.
yeah, very different. That's why people have asked us before, like, would you guys ever like co-write a book? And it's like, not only is our writing process so vastly different, our voice and writing style and just I'm my like words like and sentence structure is very rooted in the South and Texas because I don't know how other people talk as much, and yours is much more rooted in the Northeast. And so, like, unless we were writing two completely separate characters that had different voices, it would not work. And you would be so mad at me for pantsing and changing things in a scene. And I would be like, but I don't want to follow the outline.
We also start with, normally at least, start with very different bases. Like you'll start with an idea and a setting and a vibe, and I'll start with characters and relationships and motivations.
Yeah, I'm much more of like plot and setting first, characters last. And you're the opposite. Characters first, plot and setting is after that. Like you'll figure that out later.
Mhm.
And it just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. We're not gonna be the next Christina Lauren at all.
No. I would like to still be friends with you. It would not work. But that's okay. Let's see. Not a story where cannibalism is an option.
Fair.
Great tip. Take the time to find the story. Yeah. It took me what? If I rewrote that like probably 4 full times and it was over 100K each time, it took me probably about 500K before I found the right story. And then
It wasn't
edited
even just
crap out of
the
it.
right story because some of what
The
you
story
wrote
was there.
still stayed.
Yeah.
It was more about finding the right character and finding what point in their life to come into the story. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because like at
started
first
off
it
as
was like a
YA,
YA,
and it was very contemporary.
and she didn't know that like she was a witch and all that, and then that's not how it is now.
No,
So
no, it's not.
and I even have a character that I fell in love with in a vampire book I wrote. That characters, I should say, you know who they are, and I kind of want to write about them now, but I have to finish what I'm working on first.
Thing with that story was I have the end, just not how to get there. Something I don't know where the end would be. Only the very beginning. So now I'm thinking that it may make a better myth. So what I'm hearing is you don't know much. But you have a story to tell, and it'll come out. You'll figure it out. It's gonna be okay.
Thing too is This is why I'm an underwriter, because I'll have like these plot points and I'll write it as though like this happens and then this happens and then this happens and then this happens without a ton of like detail and character building. And then have to go in and like beef all that up and make it make sense.
Yeah. Because you do the what? Like the road trip. So you have all your stops and then you have to fill in the rest.
Yeah.
I tend to get big world concepts or big character motivation as the jumping off point. Possible villain motivation: needs money to get medical treatment for a loved one. Wants to prove that they're the best because they were always told that they were worthless. There's so many different motivations. You could probably do, was it like the one stop for writers, even like the free version for a little bit, has like a ton of different, like, if this is their backstory, this could be their motivation, or this could be a behavior that they have. Like,
yeah, like
a lot of cool
you
stuff
can
there.
fill in like traumas and stuff that they've had, and it'll tell you kind of like how they would act and react to certain things.
Maybe write a short in the world with the villain as the main character without your project's main character as a part of it. I started brainstorming yesterday afternoon. And it is a sequel to the story I wrote last year. So early days. You'll get there.
Yeah.
He's okay. I think through each one of the Inash books had like a very latent edit revelation that changed things.
Everything. It changed everything both times.
But each time,
all 3 times,
I had laid groundwork for it without realizing it. So I didn't have to actually do that much
to make it make sense.
To make it make sense, which was good. But
yeah, too, both first book and the second book, you had huge, like, when I say last minute, I don't think you guys understand. Like, it had already gone through her professional developmental editing 2 rounds and proofreading, and then she had a revelation. That's when it hit. Like the last time she could make changes on this book, and she was like, "Oh, that's the thing I just did.
This is a thing that's gonna happen." She was like, "What?" I was like, "It's fine. It's totally fine. It's not. Don't worry about it." So,
the first book, you literally were like this, and you were like, "What did you just do?"
I was like, "Oh no." I was like, "No, it's probably gonna be fine. It's probably gonna be fine. It's not fine. It's definitely not fine. Oh no." And then I just had to tell myself it was gonna make the story better.
It did.
Which it did. Didn't make my job easier. Made the story better. You know?
Yeah, it did.
Book 2 1. That changed things. But again.
And then when you started writing book 3, you were like, I didn't even anticipate how I would possibly continue the series after that.
She's like, "Well, how does it end? Like, where does everything with the prophecy go? What's the end? What's the end game?" And I was like, "I don't know." She was like, "What do you mean you don't know?" And I was like, "I have no idea how this story ends. I don't know anything other than I know how the 3 main characters' relationships progress and how their progression as characters goes, how they grow." I was like, "As for the plot points, I don't know." I was like, "Why are you asking me stupid questions? Like how things wrap up? I don't know."
That's how I feel when you ask me, what do they want? Why are they doing that? And I'm like, I don't know. I just know that this thing happens to them. Quit asking me stupid questions. I don't know what they feel. I don't know what they want.
She's like, "I don't know what they should do right here." And I was like, "Well, like, how are they feeling? What do they want in the moment?" She's like, "I don't know." And I was like,
they want to not die. I don't know.
"Okay, great." But listen, I got there. In each situation, like I got there. I figured it out. But it's not where I started from. You know?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, those latent stage revelations happen to me. So infuriating, and awesome. Like you said, it all makes the story better. It really does. I'm always like excited about it.
They were good revelations.
They were.
Yeah.
I scrapped the first completed draft of my book for book one for a middle grade series not published. I was so stuck on book two's beginning, so I just started over. One more book to
Sometimes that's what you got to do.
gotta do it. And I realized I need the villain's motivation about 10 minutes to the end of the sprint. So I need to think. We've got one more whole sprint coming.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just joined in time for Amber reveals Julie's antics.
They're good antics.
Amber reveals all of Julie's anxieties and insecurities as a writer.
We all have them.
We do.
If you don't, you're probably new at writing.
A lot of my anxieties have gotten a lot better though. She's like, you just completely talked about like wrapping up your trilogy, your third book launches, book boxes. She's like, you didn't dry heave once. And I was like, no, I didn't. She was like, good job, well done.
Well done.
Every time I thought about somebody reading book one, I would just dry heave. I'd be like, I don't want to think about it.
Even before you announced it, you were like, I have a book deal.
I was like, oh God, people are going to read it. Oh no. I would freak out.
I was like, what do you think the cover's going to look like? And you'd be like,
be like, oh God, I don't know. I have such anxiety. Such anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was almost 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Now I'm like, okay.
Came out almost 3 years
She's
ago.
like, aren't you like excited that your like trilogy's done? Like you're like the characters, it's done. And I was like, yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
It's cool. She's like, that's a big deal. I'm like, yeah, that's great.
I think it'll take some time of you being not having another project to go to in their minds.
Yeah.
That it's finally going to hit you like, oh.
Not like in an ungrateful way. I am thrilled. I'm so happy I found my readers and I am so glad that I got to publish the books. But just like I didn't I
did that thing. Cool.
I've done it and I'm just at peace with it. And I'm like, man, I mean, I hope they'll read it. I hope they like it. If they don't, I can't change it now. Too bad, so sad.
After 3 books of writing from the same characters' minds, I would feel so empty being done telling their story.
Every time. So many other characters whose stories I've been telling during the time frame of publishing those books.
But you don't miss them. I always do I also don't write trilogies. It's a one and done kind of a deal. So I'm always like, oh, I really liked those characters and now I'm done with them.
But like in my head, I'm like, oh, okay. Like they're living their lives in their own little world. Like it's cool. They're happy.
But I feel like it's almost like
if
you watch the TV show for like 10 years and then suddenly the TV show is done and now you no longer get to see what goes on in the lives of these characters and it feels a little sad.
But you got like a, not an epilogue, but you got to see the end. Like you can assume.
But I'm not gonna.
I'm
never gonna think about them again.
You can theorize how their lives are going on. They're fine. And I'm gonna do little novellas. I'm sure I'll touch base with them again. Anyway, are we ready to continue? Because I would like to read and then go to bed.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, let's see what we can get done in this final sprint, friends. Good luck.
Good luck, everyone.
I'm not doing it.
Welcome back. How did you do?
Let us know. I have 30. How many pages did I say this was? 402. I have 30 pages left.
I'm on 63 and I was on 25. So
Oh no.
almost 30 pages.
Yeah.
So pretty, this edition. This is the Barnes & Noble edition.
Yeah, this is it.
The regular edition is white.
Won't be perceived. All right.
Don't perceive, Julie.
Stop perceiving me. All right. How are we doing?
Good. Good.
We had dishes done. We had pumpkin spice hot chocolate. Nice. 66% into the War Pianist.
Nice.
We got 100% turned this on during the first sprint. Promptly fell asleep. Just woke up with 7 minutes left. You're going to have a great night. Good luck falling asleep. Yikes.
Yikes.
I'm writing chapter 2. We got to chapter 24 in the game.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Got 65 pages left on my book. Hoping to finish tomorrow.
Nice.
268 words for me and broke 3K on the chapter finally.
Yay.
Fantastic. Got a whole what? Well, that's what that was. I was hoping to finish my organizing, but then we didn't get home until the second sprint, so did put a wrench in that. Sorry.
You struggle busting with reading today.
My eyes are so blurry. I just finished editing my video. Both those sprints.
Nice.
Fantastic. I'm almost done though. And I've got 800 words tonight so far. But I also do the dishes. Up to 68% now and did 2 duo lessons. Can't believe I've read this much of the book all in one day. Are you doing the audiobook or are you physically eye scan reading it?
Physically eye scan reading
Are you
it.
physically scanning it with your eyes? How are you consuming it? Not much writing done, but I did get some good research done.
We should start calling it that. Did you eye read it or
Did you
ear read
eye
it?
read it or ear read it? Did you eye hole scan it or did you ear hole hear it? I had to empty the dishwasher so that I could wash jars so that I could do tomorrow. So then I decided that I might draw out tarot cards and then see if I could work on motivation unless something comes to me in my sleep.
So she's gonna can tomorrow.
She's gonna can. And possibly tarot.
Nice.
Not can the tarot, just pull a tarot card.
You know, I don't think it would be good for the tarot cards to can them.
But if you like made a label with a different intuitively chosen card for each can, whatever felt right for that can, and then when you open that can, you read that card, you know? And that's your tarot for the duration of that can. I don't know your life. You could do that. I'm doing both. I've listened and read along for most of it, but I did audiobook alone while I got some stuff.
Julie needs to sleep.
I do real bad. I also have this thing where like when I start reading, I stop blinking. So then my eyes dry out. And then they become like little
So that's how you read so fast. You just don't blink.
I don't blink and then my eyes dry out and then it becomes blurry. Hot chocolate was consumed. Why am I so tired? I took 3.
Yesterday. That doesn't have anything to do with today.
Yeah, your body does not remember that. Bit of a busy day. Absolutely. Friends, I think that's gonna about do it. Yeah. I was trying to think if we could be like, hey, we're gonna do sprints again next Saturday, but I don't know what we're doing. I don't know.
We don't know yet.
I don't know my life.
I
So
don't know your life. I don't even know my
your life.
own life.
I don't know my life. I don't know anything. So what I can say is we will see you back here next Sunday at this exact time. Not this. Well, yeah, we'll still probably be here, but I mean at 8:00. You know, they're scheduled. Everything's scheduled for the rest of September and October. I'm gonna go finish a book so that I can go to bed. That's what's gonna happen right now. Oh, have a good day. Get to rest. Thanks. You guys too. Thank you for joining us as always and keeping me company while I read. We had a fantastic time. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye.